international affairs editor Armen Georgian joins us on set. Armen, we're being told we're getting there, but we're clearly not there yet, though some movement around that sticking point of the fisheries.
Yeah, there's been a lot of comment about fishing in this last phase of negotiations. We're hearing that essentially what the two sides are haggling about is cutting certain fish stocks in the North Sea, and obviously both sides want different levels of cut, so they've found it difficult to agree on. Essentially, the trade-off is if they can come to an agreement on those reduction in fish stocks, the other thing they have to agree on is quotas. So in other words, the EU has to enter into negotiations with the UK about access to UK waters, and the EU originally wanted that negotiation to start after 10 years. Britain wanted to bring it forward so that the EU would have to start negotiating sooner on access to UK waters. But essentially, it's tricky to go into all the details now, Eve, but essentially the kind of trade-off is between quotas on the one hand and fishing stocks on the other. It seems that they are getting towards some sort of trade-off in that.
Indeed, there had been high hopes that we'd already have the announcement of a deal by now, but we are still watching that door at 10 Downing Street, keeping close eye on it for you. But let's say they even have that fisheries. If they managed to seal the deal on that, there were other sticking points for a long, long time. It was the fair playing field in the future between the UK and the EU, and of course, a way to resolve future disputes.
Yeah, and it's interesting, we haven't really heard that much since last night. All the sort of diplomatic noise, you remember, was all about level playing field until, when was it, about a week ago, maybe even less. And that seems to have disappeared in the last, 12 hours or so. So it suggests that somehow this has been resolved, and we'll have to see, obviously, what this new legal document actually shows. But the big sticking point when Ursula von der Leyen and Boris Johnson first met for that dinner in Brussels roughly a week ago, I think it was, the level playing field was all the talk then. And, of course, the fair dispute resolution mechanism. So I suppose, as the main focus now is on fishing, it suggests that the other big issue, that's the level playing field, has somehow been overcome. But again, we'll have to see in the text.
Indeed, as soon as you get your hand on that 2,000 pages of a text,
I'll digest it for you very quickly.
We will be counting on it. But the deadline, of course, the timeline to striking a deal is getting increasingly tight. We're just a week away.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, this is why we're talking about, the two sides are talking about an exchange of letters. So essentially they want a deal to be active by January the 1st, because there's no legal way to extend the transition period. The transition period absolutely does run out on at the end of the 31st of December, so just a few days from now. So whatever they do, they absolutely have to have that other plan in place. And if that falls through somehow, then essentially there would be no deal contingency plans going into effect for aviation, road haulage, rail travel, and fisheries as well. So it could still be a disruptive 1st of January, but then of course we've got the whole coronavirus situation as well, which adds to the confusion, I think, especially from anyone from Britain who's wondering how do they get into France if they need to get into France. So I think, still a fair amount of uncertainty.
Indeed. Armen, for now, thanks indeed.
Thank you.